Hello, my name is Theo and welcome to a new day of the Elder Scrolls Arena. We're still making our way to Black Heights. We should arrive there hopefully on Friday. Then again, generally speaking, it usually takes an extra day, so it might be Saturday. In the meantime, Borderlands 2 Loot Hunt update. Yesterday's target was Grendel, which is actually a what do you call an optional boss, or he's an enemy from a side quest in Captain Scarlet's pirate booty, which I believe we've already killed Grendel in my actual Necromancer playthrough. Um, but I went through. I wasn't actually able to kill him because I wanted to. I've got a character that I'm playing the True Vault Hunter mode with that I'm trying to get all these weapons for, and haven't actually touched. I haven't played much of it, so I hadn't actually. In fact, I'd only just started True Vault Hunter mode when this whole loot hunt thing started. So I haven't really progressed that far through the game, except far enough to get to where I can kill the day's target. Now, Grendel is it's fairly close to the beginning of the DLC, but you still got to do a couple of things. And unfortunately, I'm not. True Hunter Hunter mode is actually really hard. I didn't realize this, but friggin' uh, Captain Captain Scarlet's Pirate Booty, as well as other DLC, I would assume the enemies in there actually scale up quite a bit. So I thought it capped at level 30. No, it goes a bit higher than that. So yeah, and that is making things quite difficult because the enemies are either the same level as me or like 2 levels above me. So I'm dying like a bitch. So I wasn't actually able to kill Grendel. The weapon that Grendel would have dropped for me was a pistol called Little Evie, which I've never seen before. It would have been really interesting. I really wanted to see that pistol, but oh well. We did also have to kill 20,000 Anchormen, which we totally did. So I guess we'll just have to see what today's target is going to be, and then go and do that and try to get our hands on the fastball, which is the weekly prize. Now, yesterday I was talking about how I got the original Dynasty Warriors game for the PlayStation 1, and I wasn't sure at the time whether or not I previously talked about another PlayStation 1 Japanese game that I got called Crime Crackers. Apparently I have, but I don't know what episode I talked about it was. Um, but in any case, I thought I might just recap quickly on what the game is. Um, and I had actually planned to do a blind let's play of it, because I just looking at the back of the back case, which I'll show you in a moment. I'll show you an actual picture of it. Um, it's kind of hard to discern what the game is. And I was like, what on earth could this game be? Unfortunately, like I've mentioned previously, the whole park, for whatever reason, just does not want to record Japanese PlayStation 1 games. I don't know why, it wouldn't record it, and unfortunately, I wasn't able to do a playthrough. I've since finished the game, so I know exactly what kind of game it is now. But before I realized that the whole park wasn't going to record it, I actually did a small like intro to the series, which was me looking at the front cover, the back cover, and a couple of pages of the manual. And I had actually deleted them. Luckily, they were still in my recycle bin. So what I'm happy to do today is release that like little recording that I did just to show you the front cover, the back cover, and the character concept art for the characters that are in this game. Here, this is what Crime Crackers is in a nutshell. You know what? No, I'll actually tell you after the video. So I'll see you in a moment. I was trolling around the local discount secondhand game shop here in Japan, and I came across this. And just looking at the cover, I was like, hmm. Now that's. And it was only about $2, so I bought it. um, so let's look at the cover here. Okay, so a lot going on here. Crime Crackers. Okay, it's an interesting name for a game. We've got, okay, obviously this is in space because you've got stars in the background. We've got some characters here. We've got your standard chick with your little gun. Now, if I had to guess, I would say this is some sort of a interplanetary police crack team, maybe crime crackers. So they're obviously some sort of law enforcement, and they're in space. We've got this big guy in the back who's like a. You can sort of see. You can sort of see there's a wing and a tail. There's a big dragon guy with a big ass gun. We've got this pink-haired fairy devil chick with a. I think that's a whip. I guess that's a whip. We've got this guy. Look at this guy. This owl dude with his cool ass denim jeans and Bomberman jacket. Look at this guy. He's got little glasses, so he's obviously the intelligent guy. We've got this weird robot thing. I don't really know much about this. And then we've got this cat girl with a sword. Now, I actually decided that I would buy this game before I saw the cat girl. But as I was walking to the counter, I saw, ooh, cat girl. Oh, well, now I know I have to buy this game. Now, I don't know anything about this game. I haven't looked up anything. All I've done is I've seen the front cover, and I'm about to show you the back cover. This is all I've seen. So this is the back cover. Now, there's a lot of Japanese. My Japanese isn't that great. I know that this is 20 years, but that doesn't really do much. Now, looking at the screenshots, it looks like a first-person shooter? But then you've got like it's like a three character party system. So I was like, well, this is interesting. So that's one of the reasons why I bought it. Although in hindsight, I do see how here it says Polygon something 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 3D RPG. So it's obviously like Elder Scrolls Arena or Ultima, those kind of games, like a roguelike, or it might not be a roguelike, I don't know, but a third person RPG game. But unlike most sort of fantasy first person RPGs, it'll be a it'll be it'll be anime themed and it'll be space themed. Now, I've got the manual, and I've scanned a couple of the characters. Okay, this is obviously the main character. What's her name? Her name is Amelia. Amelia. F. Y. Okay, she's F. I'm just gonna call her F from now on. Aluganeto. Amelia F. Alugato. I know, so she's obviously the main character, whatever. Anyway, who else we got? Okay, here's a cool ass dragon dude. What's his name? Dolan. I can't read his bio, so I'm not gonna bother. We've got the cat girl, Lisa. Lisa, so hang on. So she's got like a pistol. I'm guessing she's a combination of melee and long distance. Delan's probably like the heavy weapons guy. That's kind of obvious. Lisa looks like a bit of a tank melee character. Who else we got? Okay, so there's the bird guy. Oh, I thought he was an owl. He looks like an owl there. Does he not look like an owl down there? But over here he's looks like a chicken. But his name's Parrot. That makes sense. Parrotto. His name's Parrot. And then there's the robot guy. His name's Core Logu. Okay, he probably serves no purpose other than to be like the menu system. We've got the pink-haired chick. Her name is Popoli Van Bu Vamp. Popoli Vamp. Well, she is a vampire, but smells nice. She's a nice smelling vampire. That makes sense. Over here we've got some enemies. What's his Dobalu? W. Uh, Q Qdolifu. That's a strange name. And then this guy, who in Japanese it's Geoluj, but the English version is George. His name is George. I probably would have been better not knowing that his name was George. Um, Not a very interesting. The interesting thing is, it actually comes with a. It's not very big. It's only the size of a CD case, but it's a sheet of stickers, which is interesting. It's not like it's a special edition or anything. It's just the game. Um, but anyway, all right. So we're back. So yeah, I mean, you look at the cover, right? The front cover for starters. Obviously, it's a space game. You've got your different characters. You got your heavy weapon character. You got the main character. That's of course a chick wearing a friggin' skirt. Naturally, you got your cat girl who appears to be some sort of a sword wielder. You've got what was her name again? A potpourri vamp, the Morrigan wannabe, who, if I had to guess, if this was like a traditional RPG, right? You've got Emilia F, who is main character, like a bit of a jack of all trades, but she uses a pistol. You've got Duran, who was the dragony dude. He's obviously your heavy weapons man, or your tank. You've got Lisa, which is the cat girl. She is your melee character. You've got Parrot, who was the chicken dude. He's obviously the brains of the outfit. He's probably not like a combatant. He's probably like the guy that tells you what to do, the boss, if you will. You had the robot. What was his name? Korlog. He's obviously he's either like a menu interface, like I said in the video, or he's just a robotic support character. And then you've got what was her name again? Potpourri Vamp, who, if I had to guess, she's the magic user, right? You look at her ears; they're all elfy, and she's got the bat wings, and she sort of looks like she's flying. She's obviously the magic caster. And those are all the characters. Now, this is what the game is now that I've played it. So I speculated that it was a first-person shooter. Well, not a first-person shooter. It was like a first-person RPG, like an Elder Scroll Arena, which is coincidence because that's the game that's the game. Well, we're not playing it right now, but you know what I mean. We're watching a quote-unquote cutscene from the game. Um, single man riding his single horse out in the countryside. Anyway, this is what the game is. Imagine, if you will, okay, Doom. Alright, so the original Doom. And then cross that with Warriors Orochi, which is the game that introduced the whole thing where you can pick three characters, have a three-character team. I guess you could also liken this to Marvel vs. Capcom, I guess. So you've got King of Fighters, not exactly King of Fighters. It's more like Warriors Orochi. So you pick your three characters. You've got a three-character team that you can switch between the characters on the fly. So you can do that. Throw in your standard JRPG elements, so your Final Fantasy, your old school Final Fantasies and that, where you level up. Actually, you don't level up in this game. But you've got your health, you've got your magic, which in this game is actually ammunition. You've got your items, your gear, weapons, your shop, that sort of thing. So, okay, so the game is a first-person shooter where there's only three characters. There's Emilia, the main girl, Duran, the heavy weapons dude, and Lisa, the melee chick. The vampire Morrigan chick is only a support character, and as a matter of fact, she's not a magic user like I thought she was. She's basically Cortana. She is an AI construct in holographic form that actually comes out of Korlog, the little robot dude. who the little robot dude whose only dialogue in the entire game is pee 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 pee, which I guess is a computer sound. I guess I don't. I kind of know the story more or less. One, for my very basic knowledge of Japanese, and two, because I did read up on not a wiki but like a game review that sort of teaches the story, so I kind of know what's going on. Um, Most of the game is all about the main character Emilia looking for her lost brother, Kasumi from Dead or Alive. But it also basically, yeah, Crime Crackers is the name of a crack team of intergalactic police that go out and save the galaxy from evildoers. Um, and Emilia's older brother was like the OG crime cracker, but he got lost. And then she finds him later on in the game, and blah 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 blah. Who gives a fuck? There's the obvious, you get betrayed by one of the senior members of Crime Crackers, which is a not only a plot device that was in a game called Oni, which was a cool game. It was also a plot device in my own friggin' manga that I wrote when I was in high school and university. Um, but it's interesting. Like I said before, you don't level up in this game. There's no levels, but you find items that like tabs that like permanently increase your health or your armor or your ammo. Interesting point. So each character's got their own their own health points. You can also get armor and weapons, which, by the way, okay, the weapons are the same throughout the entire game. They're just slightly upgraded in different colors. So Emilia, like I thought, uses a pistol hyphen. It's kind of more like a submachine gun because it's a bit rapid fiery, but it doesn't do a lot of damage, but it's rapid fire. Duran is obviously basically a shotgun slash RPG user. So it does a lot of damage, but it shoots really slowly. And then you've got Lisa, who is actually a melee character. She's a melee character in a first-person shooter game. I mean, yeah, Elder Scrolls does that all the time, but Elder Scrolls is like, honestly, hand-to-hand combat is the first and foremost, and bow and arrows is second. This game is like a first-person shooter, but you can only use the chainsaw. But it's not a chainsaw, it's really just your fist. It is actually a long-ranged weapon, only it has a very short range. So when you slash your sword, it sort of goes a certain distance and then stops. Although there is one super overpowered power-up in the game that you get later on that you can get if you find it. That gives her like the full range of a standard weapon, but it's because it doesn't use ammo, so you can just go nuts with it. Although Emilia also has an upgrade that lets her shoot without actually using ammo too. Now, on that note, ammo, which is called gun energy in the game, is actually shared between all characters, which is weird. So, not including Lisa, of course, because she doesn't actually use ammo, but Amelia and Duran actually share ammunition. And when you run out of ammunition, if you don't have an item that refills your ammunition, you're really fucked. Because you can't melee. There's only one character that you can melee with, and that's Lisa. If she dies and you have no ammo and no items, you are completely boned. Completely boned. It's kind of difficult to get into at the beginning. Once you get the hang of it, you realize because there's a guard button, like you've got the shoulder buttons, L1 and R1, which are strafe left and right, and then your left stick. It's not the standard. it's not the standard like first-person shooter console controls, because it is a PlayStation 1 game. It is actually built with the digital controller in mind. Actually, as a matter of fact, yeah, it was, I don't think it was a launch title, but it was a nigh, it was very close, just after the PlayStation 1 was originally released in Japan. So it's a really old game with the digital controller in mind. So you cannot use the analog sticks at all. It is the D-pad to look left, right, up, down. Right. No, sorry, take that back. It is the D-pad to look left and right and move forward and backwards. And the L1, R1 buttons are strafe left and right. If you press both shoulder buttons at the same time, it blocks. So what you do is you come up against an enemy that's not a melee enemy, or any enemy for that matter. The first thing you do is hold the shoulder buttons to block. Then you take a shot at the enemy, then you block again. He shoots you. After that, you release it, shoot, block. Release, shoot, block until he's dead. It's kind of boring, but if you do it that way, it's basically laming the game out because you won't lose any health. Now, on shooting, so obviously, like I said, the D-pad is forward, back, look left, look right. When you press the square button, you go into shoot mode. So that was move mode. You can't shoot while you're in move mode. You press square and that puts you into shoot mode. It creates a targeting reticle on the screen, and now the D-pad actually moves the targeting reticle around the screen. But in this mode, you cannot move. You can still strafe left and right with the shoulder buttons. So you can kind of move around, but it's kind of difficult. So if you want to move again, you got to press the X button to get out of shoot mode and go back into move mode. So it's really weird. Circle is also like a Musu attack, which you have like 3 of per character, which is basically a screen clearer. And that's basically the game. It's not a bad game. It's a PlayStation 1 launch game, so it's not fantastic. But for what it is, for when it came out, and for what it actually does, it's actually a pretty decent game. I'm actually looking now for Crime Crackers 2, which apparently is a completely different game because it's like they really revamped it, which I kind of don't like it because Crime Crackers 1 is really simple, which is good. Crime Crackers 2, from the videos I've seen, are pretty complicated. But I'm looking for Crime Crackers 2 now because I kind of want to play it. I will buy it if I can get it for $2 like I got the first game. So that's Crime Crackers. If you want to, you can jump on YouTube and watch the ending video, which is an interesting video because it pretty much sums up each character, except it shows the vampire chick doing like a screen clearing magic attack, even though she never does that in the actual friggin' game. But it's actually a pretty cool, well-made outro video, which would have been a nice actually intro video to the game, but there was no, the intro video to the game was basically this cheesy 80s music, right, playing in the background while a Star Wars style, what has happened so far text scrolls up the screen. Just like Star Wars, basically. Every Star Wars in existence. But that's Crime Crackers. So, when we come back, we will be one day closer to Black Heights. We'll see what the Borderlands 2 target of the day is. And I'll be talking about something else. But for now, my name is Leo, and I'll see you next time.